Why is there slowdown in the Indian auto industry in 2019? Hi guys, my name is Himanshu Bansal and you're watching my channel, and in this video we will talk about the Indian auto sector, the Indian automobile industry, and why is there slowdown in 2019, and will this slowdown continue in the years 2020, 21 and 22? The auto sector has fallen like anything. The production cuts are very massive. 20 to 30% production cuts are there from companies like Maruti, Hyundai, and Ashok Leyland and all. Why is all this happening? All this is happening because the demand for automobiles has decreased a lot. The demand for automobiles have reduced to such a level that companies have to cut short their production numbers. Not only their production numbers, in the last 9 months we have seen regular losses when it comes to automobile companies. So what are the reasons for this fall? I will discuss 5 of the reasons in this video. The first reason is uncertainty. Now why is there uncertainty in the Indian economy? The Indian economy is going through a very uncertain phase. The uncertainty when it comes to taxation policies, the uncertainty when it comes to banking policies, the uncertainty when it comes to job market is so high in India that people are not at all investing their money into assets like cars and two-wheelers and automobiles, because they know that owning a car requires some maintenance as well, and owning a car may also require them to approach a bank for loans as well. And the uncertainty in the economy is so high that people are not at all sure whether they will be able to maintain a car tomorrow or not. The second point is the absence of finance when it comes to banks. The position of banks, the atmosphere in the banking industry is very bad in the last few years or so. We have seen a lot of banks facing problems like NPS, problems like bureaucracy, problems like corruption, and some of the banks have also been asked to be merged into some other PSU banks, and some banks are also shutting down. So this has created another fear in the minds of banks in giving loans and giving credit. So the credit creation in the market has been slowed down, and slowed down to such an extent that there are very less opportunities of loans available for customers who are willing to purchase a car. And when it comes to the automobile sector, 70% of the purchases are done through finance. So when there is absence of finance, so you can well imagine that there will be a very big hit on the demand of cars and two-wheelers in the automobile sector. The third point is the GST. The goods and services tax GST on automobiles is 28%. Now this tax rate is so high that it increases the initial cost of the automobile, it increases the cost of the vehicle, and it increases the cost to such an extent that it is a very expensive bet for a customer. And when it is an expensive bet, then the customer doubts himself or herself that whether they will be able to afford that car or not. So that is the third point, that the high rate of GST is hampering demand as well, because you see, this is simple economics. When the price goes up, the demand falls. So when the price has gone up because of taxation, then you can well imagine that the demand will be affected. The fourth point is purchasing power of people. Now purchasing power of people has affected a lot in the last few years or so, especially after January 2018, because there have been slowdown in the whole Indian economy, and the main reason behind this slowdown is the purchasing power of people. The purchasing power of people has fallen a lot in the last few quarters or so. Right now people are not at all spending money, not at all depositing money in the banks. They're just keeping cash in their hands, or they're just sitting on cash. They are not at all spending money, and when they are not at all spending money, you can imagine that the demand will fall. When you're uncertain about your job, when you're uncertain about your future career and all those things, you will focus more on your basic needs. You will not focus on taking a car or taking a loan for purchasing a car. The fifth reason is the use of Ola and Uber. Now right now Ola and Uber services are very efficient and very convenient in India, and a person who has to commute between work and home, he is considering traveling with Ola or Uber regularly daily to commute between his home and work, and that is much more convenient and much more cheaper as compared to owning a car. First of all, you have to own a car, you have to spend some money. Apart from that, you have to pay for its maintenance and everything. You have to pay for fuel and everything. Even if he's paying 500 or 600 rupees per day, then he's paying around 15 to 20,000 rupees per month on Ola and Uber for commuting from his home to work and from work to home. But yes, this cost is slightly less as compared to maintenance of car, maintenance of servicing of car, and also petrol cost and everything. And also you have the hassle of parking your car, and car parking in India is a very big problem, which I will discuss in the sixth point. The sixth point is car parking. Car parking is a very big problem in India because of encroachments, because of very bad road conditions, because of some lack of infrastructure, because of very poor and ineffective parking conditions, and also very bad manners of drivers in India. Now, why is Ola and Uber successful in this aspect? Ola and Uber is successful because there is no hassle of parking, there is no hassle of maintaining your car, there is no hassle of parking at a very far off place. You just need to book a cab, reach your destination. When you are done, book a cab again, take a cab from your destination and reach your home. I do this a lot in Delhi. But yes, apart from doing this, we have a very strong network of metro in some of the cities. Now there are almost 13 cities in India which is having metro. And when it comes to cities like Calcutta, Delhi and Mumbai, which are blessed by metro and also blessed by the local trains when it comes to Mumbai, people don't require cars. Now the seventh point is traffic congestion. Traffic congestion in India is a very big problem. For example, if you're living in Delhi, if you're living in Rajouri Garden area of Delhi, and if you have to commute to Gurgaon is your office, then I think, and if you see that, okay, I'm traveling between Rajouri Garden and Gurgaon daily, and I have to face this hour long of traffic, 2 hours long of traffic, and I have to reach home at this time. Now, it is better for you to take a metro from Rajouri Garden. Like if you're traveling between Rajouri Garden and Gurgaon in Delhi, you have to take the pink line, go to INA, change from INA, and then go straight to Gurgaon. That is much more convenient. You can reach Gurgaon, I think, in 45 minutes or so, and also in a very convenient manner, in a AC coach, in a very effective and a very efficient public transport system which we have in Delhi. So I think more and more people are now adapting to public transport systems. And also, if you are a person who has a lot of like for example, everyone cannot travel in Delhi Metro. If you just have a backpack, if you just have an office bag, then that is fine. But if you have a lot of, say for example, you have a lot, 2 or 3 bags to take to office, or if you have some more items that you take to office, or if you are not at all comfortable, or for example, if your office is far off from metro station, or if your home is far off from your metro station, then I think it is much more convenient to like take Ola and Uber on a daily basis. You can face traffic congestion in Ola Uber as well, because at the end of the day you are using the roads, but yes, you are not driving the car. And then there is a big difference when you are driving the car and when you are in a cab. Because when you are in a cab, you are not driving the car, and you can utilize that time into doing some more productive work. For example, you can reply to emails, you can do your office work while sitting in the cab. So these were 7 reasons why I think that the demand for cars and two-wheelers have fallen in India, and why there is fall in the Indian auto sector. Now, what will be the future? Future, I think, is going to be a little bit dicey when it comes to the Indian auto sector, because China is a country which is the factory of the world, and China and the Chinese government always had this regret that we didn't do well when it comes to combustion engines. Now, in the year 2015-16, the Chinese government has geared up itself to such an extent that they are building up charging stations every day. Thousands of charging stations have been installed in China. Apart from that, the Chinese government is promoting more and more companies into building up factories which are producing electric vehicles. And electric vehicles are produced in such a large scale that they are all set to enter the Indian market in 2020. And the condition of Indian automobile companies in India which are operating right now is that they are not at all prepared to adapt to this change. And once these Chinese companies enter, it will be just like how Xiaomi came into the Indian mobile market and just decimated the market share of each and every company, including Samsung, I would say. So I think the Indian automobile company should gear up now. If you have any more points to add, please comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and please do share this video with people who are working in the automobile sector. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.